These theories from all around the world sent in by you all are going to make us question everything. Thank you, Titan, for the next couple of videos.
I keep trying to tell y'all about these things, but they keep silencing me. So this is just a one push for everybody to get some awareness. All the ones on my page, they won't make available for the For You page because I'm actually breaking down the tech. Guys, get on the page, make yourself aware.
Get off of the cell phone, get off the internet, be a person and learn how to love yourself, so that way we can end this cycle of destruction, we can end this cycle of hate. There will be more love in the streets, more genuine love, more genuine care for people. You can't care for someone if you don't love yourself. You're not supposed to be alone and then start hating yourself, bro. You're supposed to see things about yourself and change it. That's what it is. You have to change it. I know it sounds crazy, I know it sounds hard, I know it sounds tiring, but it's better than really being like a drone and basically only living in anger and hate and living in regret. Like, don't live in regret. There's no point in living in regret. Take advantage of time. It's not always in your favor.
His son is a straight duplicate of him.
Hold on. McDonald's chicken nuggets contain the carcinogen substance thymine monotrate, which is used in construction to hold rolls together.
Why is that in there?
Let's talk about what's really in them chicken nuggets. And I'm not here to scare you. I'm just here to inform you. McDonald's nuggets contains a chemical called thymine monotrate. And if you can't say it, that means you shouldn't be eating it. Listed as a vitamin B1 additive, but in excessive synthetic forms. In some cases, they use it as construction bonding agents. According to the National Institution of Health, synthetic additives like that are commonly used in ultra-processed foods, y'all, to improve the shelf life and the texture. They ain't got nothing to do with your health. They're linked to gut inflammation, liver, stress, and in some cases, carcinogenic responses when overconsumed, especially when paired with other artificial ingredients. We just eating on artificial ingredients. These foods are engineered for the taste and addiction, not the nourishment. And when we feed this to our kids daily, we're not just filling their stomachs, we're flooding their systems with chemicals their bodies were never designed to process. It's time to break these cycles, y'all. We can't just keep going to McDonald's. If you don't know where to start, that's where I come into play. I'm now offering you guys a consultation call that's going to help you move away from processed foods. Read the ingredient labels confidently. Create realistic, soulful, holistic swaps, and start transitioning your family towards real nourishment and healing foods. You can tap the link in my bio to book your call today. Let's build a plate and a lifestyle that actually serves you.
I like that. Let's build a plate and a lifestyle. How in the world did they think that something that's used on, what did they say, roads? Hold on. Yeah, that hold roads together would go in some chicken nuggets. I just be thinking of stuff like, I'm not gonna lie, there's this Bible verse that has been on my mind. I'm about to freak it out. Because I gotta make sure I say it correctly. I don't want to butcher it. Let me find it. I have been reading Proverbs. I gotta give a shout out to Malkayata. Y'all may not know who that is, but all my they know. She had mentioned like to listen to Proverbs. So I was reading Proverbs and one of the scriptures had popped up. It was Proverbs 4:16, and it goes, what version do I want to read this in? Let's read this in the Amplified. So it says, for the wicked cannot sleep unless they do evil, and they are deprived of sleep unless they make someone stumble and fall. So you have people out here that like they can't breathe. It says sleep, but so I'll use sleep, but basically I'm using breathe, but they can't sleep unless they do evil, because you putting stuff that holds roads together in chicken nuggets, that is evil. That is wicked. Because I just want to know how the two go together. That's like Bill Gates in health. How does that go together? Do you see what I mean? It don't make no sense. The fact that this stuff is found in McDonald's chicken nuggets, and you know it's crazy. Like that guy said a couple reactions back that you know how bad this stuff is, but if you drive past McDonald's, you're still going to see people lined up for it. That's why when he said what he said about the, dang, what is that stuff called? I'd have to get the video or the word for it, but it's that Oh, Soylent Green. Thank you, Yahuwah. Yahuwah been bringing a lot of stuff to my remembrance. The Soylent Green stuff, he said if it tasted like Takis or Hot Cheetos, people would eat it. He's not lying, because again, you're hearing that all this stuff is in these fast food places, and y'all know anything fast is not good at all. But you'll still see people lined up eating this stuff. At least stay away from McDonald's. Now, my question is how many years has it been for y'all? Okay, maybe let's start off slow. How many weeks, how many days has it been since you guys had McDonald's? And let's keep it up. McDonald's isn't the only one. McDonald's is just the one that keeps getting exposed. But it's all the fast food places. And don't get it twisted. I thought Chick-fil-A was off the hook too, and they're not. Yeah. I was like, well, at least Chick-fil-A. None of them fast food places is fire. If you want to have the best outcome with these foods and don't have to worry about nothing, you have to make it yourself. But I do want to tell you, it's not going to taste the exact same as your McDonald's, your Chick-fil-A, your Burger King, because you don't have the ingredient of what holds the roads in your meal. So you know what I'm saying? So that's what's missing. It's the bad stuff. So you take the bad stuff out, which is addictive. Why is that? That's taking me off that that's in there. But anywho, it's going to taste authentic. That's what authentic food tastes like when you make it at home. If you want help, I've been on Pinterest. Pinterest got some like, oh, McDonald's copycat nuggets, how to make their fries, Chick-fil-A. They got this stuff, and you know the ingredients because you can pronounce them. Like she said, what was the word? Thymine, I don't know how to pronounce that. So if I don't know how to pronounce it, I shouldn't be eating it.
This is Hong Kong, where people live in cages the size of coffins. Oh, there's two people in here.
Two?
I'm talking stacked like sardines. Wow. There's so many people in here. With zero privacy. The rent, more than some people's monthly salary. Paying per month how much?
2,500.
2,500 Hong Kong dollar. That's like
What's
300 plus US dollars. And you have a window.
Yeah.
You're a rich man.
Chill out.
Trust me, it's not for the claustrophobic. I got one whiff of this AC. There's some mold in that bag.
Y'all know everything is a scam, turning your pain into their profit. That was a deep quote. But another one is, you know, that they're also hand in hand with the healthcare industry. Everything is a business.
Welcome to Papa John's. We have better pizza because we use
better ingredients.
Papa John's, can I take your order?
When you call, our attendant is trained to understand exactly what you need, following a script. Every order handled perfectly.
Back here is where the magic and the flavor come alive. Hot, fresh, and waiting for you. Once it's topped, the pizza goes straight into the oven. Hot, fresh, ready in just minutes. Take a bite if you dare.
Why am I watching this? Like, why am I watching this?
Another issue? Those chickens are bred specifically to be abnormally large. We're talking chickens that grow so fast their legs can't support their own weight. That's not natural. That's genetic manipulation for profit. But here's what really shocked me.
Everything for
A
profit.
former employee revealed that the secret seasoning is actually just salt, pepper, and something called chicken flavor enhancer, which is basically MSG with a fancy name. The chickens are also injected with phosphates to retain moisture, the same phosphates used in detergent. Your
Come
dinner
on.
shouldn't double as laundry soap.
This ticked
One
me
health
off.
inspector found that some Costco locations were reusing the same injection needles for multiple chickens without sterilization. That's not food prep. That's playing Russian roulette with poultry. Kroger markets itself as fresh for everyone. But when it comes to rotisserie chicken, fresh is flexible. Former employees describe a practice called chicken roulette. Unsold chickens from the previous day get mixed with fresh ones. Good luck figuring out which is which. The seasoning? It's not herbs and spices. It's mostly salt, artificial flavoring, and something called chicken base. That's basically MSG in disguise.
That's so
But here's where it
horrible.
gets weird. Kroger's chickens often have a strange, almost sweet aftertaste. That's because they're injected with a solution containing corn syrup. You're not eating roasted chicken. You're eating candy-flavored poultry. Health inspections have found temperature violations at multiple locations. One store in Ohio was cited for keeping rotisserie chickens at 98 degrees. That's body temperature. That's not food storage. That's a science experiment. A former deli worker shared that during busy periods, they'd spray chickens with chicken juice, a mixture of broth and artificial flavoring, to make old birds look and smell fresh. One customer bit into a Kroger chicken and found it was completely hollow inside, just skin and bones. The meat had somehow disappeared. The store's explanation?
No.
Manufacturing defect. That's not a defect. That's a magic trick gone wrong. But the most disturbing revelation came from a former manager who admitted they had a 3-day rule. If a chicken looked okay after 3 days in the warmer, they'd keep selling it. 3 days. That's not food service. That's archaeological excavation. The same manager revealed that when corporate inspectors visited, they'd quickly swap out old chickens with fresh ones, then put the old ones back after the inspection. That's not compliance. That's theater. If this is already making you rethink your grocery shopping habits, hit that like button and subscribe. Because what I'm about to reveal about the next 4 stores will make Walmart look like a 5-star restaurant. We're talking about chickens that get reheated multiple times. Stores that use the same tongs for raw and cooked meat. And one chain where employees call the rotisserie chickens mystery birds because nobody knows when they were actually cooked. Trust me, you'll want to hear about store number 6. It might be the most shocking of them all. Safeway promises ingredients for life.
I don't know what Safeway
But some
is.
of those ingredients might be older than you think. The rotisserie chickens at Safeway have a dirty little secret. They're often made from chickens that were approaching their sell-by date as raw meat. One former deli worker explained it perfectly. If we couldn't sell it raw, we cooked it and called it fresh. That's not meal preparation. That's damage control. The cooking process? Mass production at its finest. Chickens are loaded into industrial ovens and cooked on timers. No checking for doneness. No quality control. Just hope for the best. A customer in California posted a video of their Safeway chicken that was completely dried out on one side and undercooked on the other. The same bird. The caption read, "Schrodinger's chicken, simultaneously overcooked and raw."
Do y'all remember the video that we reacted to about the fruits? And what they would do was they would go take the fruit, go to the back, take out all the ones that like had mold and stuff or was rotten, take those out, and then they'll put the rest of them that was basically fine, like it'd be back in its container. Do y'all remember that video? I didn't think that they did that with chicken too, but I guess I should have known. So now it's the mindset of if they do that with this and they do that with this, they're going to do it with everything. MSG is dangerous. I didn't know that they was doing all that. And even that one chicken that had the sweet taste and they was putting like corn syrup. If you was looking for health, that's not where it was. Yeah, it's like they're cutting corners for profit. I'm telling y'all, everything is about money.
This 23-year-old Ukrainian woman fled a country at war to live a safer and better life in the United States. But recently, one evening heading home after work, her life was ended in the worst possible way. The horrifying incident occurred on the 22nd of August in Charlotte, but security footage of what actually happened was just released for the first time. It was 9:46 p.m. and the video shows a very normal-looking train with everyone minding their own business, talking, or on their phone. But there's one man in a red hoodie identified as DeCarlos Brown looking restless and agitated. Around 30 seconds later, Irina Soretska gets on the train wearing a cap and a t-shirt from a pizzeria and sits in front of DeCarlos. She has AirPods in and just like everyone else is minding her own business and using her phone. Now it remains this way for the next 4 minutes until DeCarlos can be seen randomly taking out a pocket knife, standing up, and completely unprovoked stabbing Irina several times from behind. She didn't even have a chance to see the attack coming. Now, as for the attacker, DeCarlos Brown actually has a history of violent crime and mental illness. He's been arrested multiple times and even served a 5-year prison sentence for robbery with a deadly weapon. To make matters worse, he wasn't even supposed to be allowed on the train that night because he didn't have a ticket. Police detained him just hours after the attack, and he has since been charged with first-degree murder. As for the other passengers on board, some told local news that they were traumatized by what they saw and that they don't know how long it'll be before they're able to use public transportation again.
Now, this is like my first time hearing about this because I was on Instagram today and this popped up. I was like, first of all, I was confused what happened. It didn't look like he stabbed her. I thought he hit her on the nose or something, just walked off. I don't know. Y'all know I don't be like on social media like that. But that was my first time seeing it today. So watching this, but I'm like, he stabbed her? Because they said something like she bled to death. And I'm thinking he hit her in the nose. I don't know. Maybe I didn't look at the video like that. I don't like looking at stuff like that. Like him stopping the video where he did, that was perfect. I don't like looking at the full raw footage. I can't. My heart can't take it.
Cool one. What is this, Rye? That is an ESP32 that has the ability to replicate network names and shut down devices on Wi-Fi networks. So let's say I wanted to disable your Ring cameras and all of your iPhones in your house. I could plug that thing into this power brick over here and just start dropping people off the network. For example, I walk up to your house and I de-authenticate your Ring cameras. There is no evidence I ever was at your house, and there's no local storage on that device. Just that little thing alone right there would make me essentially a ghost when it came to your camera.
What you are about to see may make you question everything.
Hey, sounds like my videos.
Starts to fall. There are massive ejections of material at about the 98th floor. Many of us believe these are blasts from explosions that destroy the core columns, allowing the building to fall. However, those who accept the official government story claim we are merely seeing dust and smoke being pushed out the windows as a result of collapsing floors. It is hard to resolve this dispute directly because the core columns are not directly visible. Nearly hidden by all the spectacular ejections, one small focused jet of material has special significance. This little puff is not coming out of the window at all, but out of the corner of the building. Each corner of the building has two 14-inch box columns connected to each other by large steel plates and covered on the exterior with aluminum cladding. There are no corner windows. The corner columns are structurally significant because they connect the adjacent wall assemblies and give the building three-dimensional stability. If anyone wanted to demolish the towers, the corner columns would be natural targets. The fact that a jet-like puff emerges from the corner of the building is evidence in itself of an explosive charge, but there's more. Notice that as the surrounding structure descends, this little jet, as it plays itself out, remains fixed relative to the original structure of the building. It does not move down with the falling walls and floors. This suggests that we could be seeing the work of a cutter charge strapped to a column. As the roofline moves down past the 98th floor, a surviving column is seen protruding upward from the debris cloud. It sways outward, but it does not fall for several seconds. Note that the top of this column exactly matches the height of the little corner puff.
Decide for yourself what really happened.
It's scary. They be on it in the comment section. So they said, you know, the big G, y'all know what that means, is the biggest organization in the world. They said even firefighters who were there that day said that the buildings looked like they were detonated. They said this is controlled demolition, the biggest crime scene in America, and it was cleaned up before any investigation. And then somebody said it just didn't make sense that the towers could collapse just by two planes.
I think I figured out how they keep us in the Matrix. And it all started with seeing these Prize Pick ads. I keep seeing them and I'm like, why do I keep seeing them? And I thought, it's football season, college football, NFL starting. Okay, that makes sense. And then I thought back to yesterday when I was in the store and I seen a dude buy a Halloween blanket that had like pumpkins in it. And he was like, gotta get ready for the season. Then it dawned on me, like, that's how they keep us in the Matrix. They sell us on these traditions that has just been normalized. Like think about it. You got fall coming up. What holidays are in fall? Halloween, Thanksgiving. Okay, boom. Halloween's coming up. They know people are going to be celebrating Halloween, so they're going to put a bunch of costumes out. They're going to start selling pumpkins. They're going to start selling, you know what I'm saying, decorations for the crib. Boom, Thanksgiving's coming up. They're going to start selling, you know what I'm saying, little trinkets for Thanksgiving, little ham, turkeys and shit on sale. They're going to start selling all that. Then after that, you got winter, Christmas coming up. They're going to have Black Friday right after fall. They're going to have toys on sale. They're going to have electronics on sale. They're going to have all these things to sell. Christmas trees, Christmas lights. Bam, bam. All right, right after Christmas. New Year's, they're going to have fireworks on sale. They're going to start selling fireworks. They're going to have, you know what I'm saying, flights like that. After that, once you got Valentine's Day, you're going to start selling chocolates and flowers and have all that type of sale. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be selling represents Valentine's Day. After that, what you got? What's the next holiday? St. Patrick's Day? I don't even know what they sell for St. Patrick's Day. Bees, you know what I'm saying? All that type of. Right after that, we back in the summertime, what they selling? Fireworks, you know what I'm saying? It's just the endless loop of seasonal shit that they're selling us that has been normalized and they make us feel like this is what we're supposed to be celebrating in this season of time and this day, you know what I'm saying? And it's like we're falling for it. We're constantly spending our money and putting it towards these holidays or this seasonal that we don't even really care about. All we care about is the fact that we might get a day off of work. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I feel like they keep us trapped in the matrix. Like, I don't know. Y'all let me know if I'm tripping.
Somebody said an endless loop of spending money, keeping us broke while they remain rich. I'm telling you, when you look at the origin of these holidays, like you'll be like, why do we even celebrate this stuff to begin with? Because none of it is true. It's all goes back to deity, pagan worship. It's all types of stuff. It's all wicked. And even on top of that, we should have known when the world was pushing something, how that should automatically told us this is wicked. Because what they're not pushing is the stuff that's like righteous, is the stuff that we're supposed to be doing. So it's like not celebrating holidays, but celebrating the holy days. Yahuwah gave us holy days, but you know, Hasatan will always come and take what Yahuwah does and pervert it. So he took holy days, turned them into holidays, aka holidays, because we're not supposed to be celebrating that stuff to begin with. The Bible talks about how we're not even supposed to celebrate those things. The Bible also tells you the stuff that we're supposed to celebrate, and they never say nothing about no Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day. They don't tell us to celebrate those stuff, but the world pushes out that we should. And if you think about it, every holiday that is pushed has something to do with this.
Do not quote me on this because I could be 100% wrong, but I just look. As soon as I saw this video, I'm gonna tag her in it and tag her in this video. But I saw her video. She said something very small, and from that small thing that she said, my mind went a mile away from what she said, and it didn't even have nothing to do with what I thought. It had nothing, not necessarily, but in a way, it had nothing to do with what she was talking about. This year, because of everything that's been going on, where unpopular opinion, I'm gonna just let you know right now. You ain't gotta agree. You can think I'm crazy, whatever. It is my mind. I'm not crazy, but my mind do go yards away from what I originally be thinking. So let me just say this. I do think that this year's Thanksgiving is gonna be rough. Reason why I say that is because, no, it's not gonna be rough, but they're targeting Thanksgiving to be the day that everybody basically becomes submissive. Reason why I say that is because a lot of things have been going on in the U.S. Lots of it. If you're American, you don't even got to be American to know what's been going on in the U.S. We've been going through a lot. So with things that's just been going on lately, a lot of people, there's a collective that are waking up to a lot of things that are going on, especially a collective of people that don't usually notice these things. There's people that been living their entire lives thinking that everything was normal or everything is good, and now they're just now seeing that we're not supposed to be living this way. Anyway, because there's a large mass of of a collective of people that are waking up to a lot of things that is going on in the world, I feel like the government are going to target Thanksgiving and market Thanksgiving way more than they did ever before. Reason why I say that is because they control everything, literally. Like, we all know this at this point. They control the money, they control the marketing, they control the food. Not only that, and this is basic common sense, it should be at this point, the U.S. government controls our money and our health.
Come on, I'm with you.
Just put 2 and 2 together. What is the main dish? What is the picture of Thanksgiving? A turkey. Me and you both know what they be doing to the chickens and the meats and like just all proteins, I should say, that we as humans eat. There's hella children missing this year. I ain't even gonna get too deep into it. Y'all already put 2 and 2 together. They're gonna target Thanksgiving, and literally they're hoping and it's like what's the word? Like that's their plan. That's what they're aiming for, Thanksgiving. I could be 100% wrong, but I just had to get that out because I felt this inkling, like they're gonna mess with all foods that are designed for Thanksgiving and market and push it out for everyone to purchase and get and consume. Here's another part to that. They've been talking about aliens coming back in November. I don't know what day. I could be 100% wrong. But I feel like whatever they're going to do with Thanksgiving this year is going to be strongly linked to the aliens coming back in November. Coming back, but coming here in November. I don't know. I ain't even high, so I don't know. I could be 100% wrong. I don't know. Y'all have a good day.
Richest man in China just bought a facility in New Hampshire. Now, what is he doing? He actually bought it for his beverage company for over $60 million, way over the asking price. And it's right next to what? The town's water supply. He's gathering 2 million gallons per day for his beverage company. So now the Chinese have control of New Hampshire's water supply.
Like, how do you allow a whole nother country to buy up freeways because they bought highways
in your hometown,
in your
Jersey,
hometown.
farmland highways? So the Chinese just bought the data. You know those fast lanes? What do they call them in
the speed lanes? Yeah,
speed lanes, right? They just bought a highway, the whole entire data, and they sold it to China. So now they own that data in the highway.
Holy crap!
Let me break this down for you. Most people don't even realize Goodwill is the most evil charity group to support. Because if people actually knew what goes on, no one would donate to them again. Because psychologically, we've been conditioned to see Goodwill as a nonprofit that sells donations affordably in order to provide job training opportunities to those underprivileged. But the truth is, most of those donations never hit the shelves, where they resell high-ticket value items on their website for close to its original market price. And their workers that they claim to empower are actually disabled civilians, where Goodwill utilizes the Section 14C Labor Act to pay them 20 cents an hour. Which means Goodwill was never about giving back. They're about taking advantage of both the people and the system.
Wow, they were saying Goodwill is a money laundering operation. They said that the CEO gets millions in bonuses. They said Salvation Army is the same exact way, the same level of wickedness. It's funny, I didn't get into thrifting / Goodwill / Salvation Army, all those places that you could think of. I didn't get into that until like later on in life, like a couple years ago. And I actually really like doing it because I look at it as like another man's trash is another man's treasure, because something that maybe you don't have use for, I'm looking for it, but at a discounted price. But how you gonna be named Goodwill and y'all not even living up to y'all name?
Oh,
See? We understand it now. Some people still out here drinking plain water thinking they hydrated. Oh, wow. But see, that's only half the story. See, they don't want you to know that plain water isn't enough. They don't want you to know that sea salt supercharges hydration. They don't want you to know that your body can't store water without sodium.
Another day in the Matrix. First things first, gotta take my birth control. Did you take yours, babe?
Of course, babe. We're not taking any chances, but don't worry. I just get my birth control for free straight from the tap water. It's got a bunch of pharmaceuticals like birth control, arsenic, chloroform. Don't worry.
We just
won't have any fertility left.
Amazing, babe. And honestly, I'm feeling pretty dehydrated. So I'm gonna take my pill with some Gatorade because it's got electrolytes to help replenish what you lost in sweat. Plus, it's got 35 grams of sugar and a bunch of fake dyes and flavors so that I can stay enslaved to the Matrix. Oh, and babe, don't let me forget all my other prescriptions. I have one for acne, one for eczema, one for anxiety and depression.
Wow. Isn't it amazing you can solve all these huge problems with just a few pills? I mean, yeah, you'll have like 100 side effects, but they'll come out with a pill for all those later.
Exactly.
Wow, I love the Matrix. Babe, that reminds me, what does America run on?
Dunkin'!
Let's go get breakfast, sweetheart. Come on, let's go get breakfast.
Okay, I got my breakfast. Let's see. Starting with my macros, we got my breakfast sandwich with ultra-processed bacon,
She could've made that at the house.
eggs, and an enriched wheat wrap. And then we have my donut for my sweet treat, fried in soybean and cottonseed oil. The frosting has high fructose corn syrup, carrageenan, a bunch of fake ingredients, and then we got my dunks of the day. This Frappuccino has 90 grams of ultra-processed sugar. The best way to start my day with the sugar crash. I love the Matrix.
Hello?
Joke because of the graphics, but as a matter of fact, that's God's plan. Because God wants it 640 by 480 forever. Kids made something with colors that for some reason they take a black crayon and put it all over, and like you get a really ugly thing.
Maybe the video didn't give me context, but I had to go in the comment section. So I was like, who is that? Terry Davis? They said the CIA took him out because he was too smart. They were saying that he had schizophrenia, but they said he really didn't. The CIA faked everything and they just took him out. I don't know. What is Terry Davis known for? And then somebody said he's still alive. Search it up. I don't know if I know Terry Davis. But they were saying, yeah, he didn't have schizophrenia and that he actually knew something.
The product they're adding to the water supplies of the United States is contaminated, hazardous waste from the phosphate fertilizer industry that is contaminated with sufficient arsenic. Forget the fluoride, sufficient arsenic to cause an additional of bladder or lung for every 15,000 people. The water is supposed to have standards for 1 million. Our intervention is responsible for much of the bladder and lung. Everybody here knows somebody that, I never smoked a cigarette in my life, now I got lung. Well, you know, that's what arsenic causes. Yeah.
Can someone explain to me, how did Disney get away with this? Do you guys remember in the mid-90s this movie that came out called Blank Check? It was about this kid who got his back run over by this rich criminal. The criminal was about to write him a check for the damages, and a cop showed up. So the guy just signed his name and gave the kid a blank check. The kid goes and writes a check for $1 million. And
I know what part he's about to talk about.
He bought a mansion, went on shopping sprees, bought toys, and having all of these parties. And at some point in this movie,
he gonna talk about that woman.
Went on the first date with this older woman. And he bought her a necklace. They went out for dinner. They went frolicking all in the park, and there was this crowd of people that was all clapping for him. And then later on in the movie, this happens.
Can I see your badge? Shay Stanley, FBI.
If y'all know, y'all know.
Cool.
Yeah, just stretch it all the way across.
Wait a minute. So that means our date? Just for your job?
Well, it started out like that.
I should have known.
Hey, you know, I wouldn't have traded that night for anything.
So when can I see you again, Shay?
Why don't you give me a call and say about 10 years?
5.
7.
6.
Okay. It's a date.
Look.
Preston! Preston, oh my God.
Now, I know this was the 90s and people were getting away with a lot of stuff, but can someone explain to me how Disney got away with this?
You could have just kissed them on the cheek. They were desensitizing stuff even back then. Somebody said, have you seen Milk Money? I don't know what that is. I don't know. Yeah, they said do Milk Money next. I don't even... My mom said,
by black water with human waste,
like
HIV,
traveling.
and other diseases.
Do you swim in this water?
This is Makoko, Nigeria, a slum that floats on water where all life ceases to exist except people.
Can fish live in this water? Too dirty.
The houses here are made from rotting timber, barely holding together, and its people make a living running floating convenience stores.
Really? Yeah. It's a store open on the water. Yeah.
Getting around here means balancing on unstable wooden canoes, where I came close to falling off.
Hey, stop.
That was scary because
Antarctica, where they have the government bases there, every government in the world's got a base, and then except for the Rockefeller bases there, right? And there's this 30-meter wide opening in the ice right there where they've been doing research. And when Buzz Aldrin went down there a few years back, he made a cryptic tweet. He said that with the people here, we're facing the ultimate evil, or something to that effect. What was he trying to say? What people?
It reminds me of Admiral Byrd, who went down.
I know. He said that we have a new enemy, one that can fly from pole to pole with great speed. So whatever's going on down there, now these pyramids are coming up under the ice. We know that there's a remnant of an Atlantean civilization still down there right now that's probably very well preserved.
Ever heard of the Rothschilds? They're a secret banking family controlling the world. They've got trillions, own every bank, and start wars to stay in power.
Peter, that's anti-Semitic nonsense. The Rothschilds are just a rich banking family. They don't control everything. Their wealth's spread thin now.
Oh, Brian, you clueless mutt. World domination? I'd do it with style, but this sounds wickedly fun.
Fun? It's true. They run Rothschild and Company, manage billions, funded Napoleon's wars. A 1846 pamphlet says Nathan Rothschild crashed the stock market after Waterloo. Declassified records show they've got world leaders on speed dial. They're the puppet masters.
Funding wars was common for banks then. That Waterloo story's fake, but their influence was huge. That's a bit odd.
Peter, you're onto something. Banking billions, war profits, leader connections. That's a master plan I wish I'd cooked up. I'm sold. These Rothschilds are playing 4D chess while we're stuck in checkers.
They're tied to every major bank. Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, you name it. Their family's been pulling strings since the 1700s. And now they're cozy with groups like the World Economic Forum planning global stuff.
And every time people come up missing, the more and more people come up missing, the more they release more chicken sandwiches and shit.
He not lying.
Why is nobody talking about how the plot of the 100 is becoming more and more of a reality every single day? We'll get to the specific part of the 100 that I'm referencing, which, by the way, if you haven't managed to watch the 100 yet, I highly recommend that you do. But before we touch upon that, we're going to talk about what Mark Zuckerberg said. In recent months, Meta has spent billions of dollars, but not just on anything, but to revamp its artificial intelligence strategy, including a new team of researchers dedicated to creating a super intelligent AI. Why the would that ever be considered as a good idea? But see, this is where we get to the plot of the 100. In the 100, there was a sentient artificial intelligence named Allie.
Yes.
I'm not going to spoil anything,
Allie
but
was
her
crazy.
primary objective was basically making life better for humanity. And Allie's holographic avatar was modeled after that of Becca Franco, its creator. And ironically, in the show, Becca Franco was born in 2025. Anyways, Allie, which do keep in mind is the AI in the show, The 100, I'm just trying to make that as clear as possible, was responsible for the nuclear apocalypse in the show. And Allie in the show believed that the root problem of humanity is, in quotations, too many people. And to solve this issue, in 2052, she launched a nuclear strike. Then, of course, humanity had to survive on this giant arc in space. And like I stated, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I do highly recommend that you do watch that show. Just get past like the first 5 episodes, okay? You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But I mean, it's not even just like shows or movies or anything. I mean, even look at video games, you know what I mean? Look at Black Ops 2. If you play Black Ops 2, you probably played the mission where there were a whole bunch of drones attacking the city. Well, can you guess what year that took place in? But I mean, then again, we could just talk about Terminator and Skynet in itself.
So in the show, the 100, I don't know, I just like visual representations, but this was Allie. This was her right here. And they're not, well, he's not lying when he said like basically like the too many people, because that's really what she felt. But he spoke facts about this show. The reason I haven't spoke about the show is because it was a great show. But then y'all already know just pay attention to every show be good until it's not. They will add the most dumbest thing in there, and it's like, why did you add that in there? Because that did not need to be in there whatsoever. So remember the desensitization that I was talking about? They do stuff like that. Like, the show is cool until they added that part. Like, it literally made no sense. I'm like, y'all just added this in here, just added it in here, because the show could have went 10 times better without that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. For those that seen 100 Yard, a matter of fact, hold on. It's her. This Miley Cyrus looking girl. She ticked me off. So she's the reason why I don't like the show, because it was her and like the main character, this one right here, that had like a fling. Why did, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what does that have to do with, yeah, y'all get what I'm saying. Anywho, that's why I haven't recommended that show. It's a lot of shows I like would love to recommend, but it'd be like I said, they'll add stupid stuff like that. I'm like, Or if it still is like a great show and I want you to get the message, I'll tell you, like, for example, the Black Mirror episode with Issa Rae. I told y'all I hated that episode because she sold out. When I say she sold out, just know that what I just showed is what that means, because you don't have to do that. But the show was showing how, or that particular episode was explaining how AI characters, or AKA movie characters, or AKA these characters that aren't real, really thought that they were real. And it kind of goes back to the Google VO3 thing that they've been showing, where they're like, I just want to let you know that we're a script and we're not real. Or wait till they find out this is a script. I know you guys know what I'm talking about, because I reacted to it and did a whole segment talking about it a couple reactions back. So if you've seen the video, hallelujah, and if you didn't, go back. Now, I can't tell you which video it is because I forgot. We upload so much. I'm sorry. Maybe somebody in the comment section can help you out. But I am going to end it there. Y'all know when an earphone is out, y'all already know what it is. I want to give a huge shout out to Titan Slayer, because these were all his videos. Like, I don't know what you was on, but you did. I want to say this man has uploaded. I'm still not done reacting to his videos. This is I have so much more left, and this is just going off of this particular day that I'm on. So shout out to you. I truly do appreciate it. Again, for those that want their video featured on here along with the shout out, all you have to do is join the Discord. The link is in the description down below. I know you guys see the Blessed department. This is one of many of the merch that I have on the website. Please go check it out, shopperkyy.com. Link is in the description down below. I do want to thank all those that have been shopping the merch, because I've been getting a lot of notifications. I want to also thank those that have been actually sending me photos, because I'm not lying. Y'all think I'm playing. Go on the website and you guys will see everybody that's taken a picture of the merch, and I shouted them out. They're all on the page. Like, that's never going to leave. So thank you to those that have reached out and gave me the picture along with their ad name. I truly do appreciate it. It's really like joyful to see like Yahuwah put something here and it come here, and then so many people are rocking it from all around the world. Like, it's just crazy. I don't know. I need a better word than crazy, but that's why I said it's joyful. So thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for supporting, for shopping the merch. I truly do appreciate it. We are on the road to 900,000 people. At the recording of this video, I believe we're at 847,000 people. So we're not that far away. So I just want to thank you for those that have been subscribing. Thank you for those that have been liking, that have been sharing, that have been commenting. I truly do appreciate each and every single one of you, because your love and support does not go unnoticed. And I make sure to always thank you guys in every video. So thank you guys so, so, so much. But you guys know I had to give all esteem, all kabod, and all honor to my Saba Yahuwah. I keep saying to our Saba Yahuwah Lua and our Abba, our Adonai Yahusha HaMashiach, for blessing me with everything as a whole. I'm just a vessel that they work in and through, so I have to give credit and honor where it's due. If I'm going to boast, let it be in Yahuwah, and I'm a steward over what they rightfully own. So just try to let it be known that I'm not the one who's doing it. It's what they allow and them doing the work in and through me. Because I'm not going to lie, some stuff I'll forget, and Yahuwah will bring it to my remembrance, or he'll bring up a scripture, or he'll, you know what I'm saying? It'd be stuff like this, which is what helps out the video. So I always give all esteem to Yahuwah and Yahusha because I'm not doing anything. I'm just the vessel that they work in and through. That's why I said that in every video. Y'all have a blessed one. I'll see you on the next one. Shalom, shalom.
You can't bring me down. I know who I belong to. Yeah. What? I won't sell my soul. I know my worth.